I don't know, I've been walking by myself with Boosie for such a long time. I would really like to arrive by myself at my dad's house. Just kind of park the caboose in the back, go up the stairs, ring the bell, then he opens the door and it's like, oh, there you are. Did you bring bread? That'd be nice. I would like that.
Hey, what's up? I don't even know how to start this anymore.
What's up? This is Chris on the longest way.
Hey, what's up? This is Chris on the longest way.
Trying as always to walk back from China to my home in Germany.
Today,
Today!
everything is wrong with that sentence. I am not Chris on the longest way. I'm just Chris. I'm not trying as always, definitely not as always, to walk back from China to my home in Germany because I am in my home in Germany. Well, actually, it's my dad's home. I'm staying with my dad. We'll see how long he can stand me. I gotta kind of reorient myself and see where I want to be, what I want to do. And about the today part, I don't know what the date is. I think it's December 22nd. I think so, or maybe it's the 21st, 2023. So that was a long way of saying, hi, it's Chris. You might not recognize me physically. I had a hard time recognizing myself. It was a trip. It was a trip. Where do I start? First of all, I got here on December 12th in the afternoon at about 3 or 4. And I don't know if you watched the last video. I don't know if I'll upload it, but I went to a bakery in the village, in a small town of Buttonendorf. And I got a loaf of bread and 3 pieces of cake because I had been dreaming about just arriving by myself as if it was a normal day at my dad's place with a loaf of bread. And so I had to get the loaf of bread. And then when I got to the bakery, I thought, nah, let's get some cake. You know, make it nice. And so I got some cake. 3 pieces because one for me, one for my dad, and one for my sister, who spontaneously showed up because it was a big day. And so then I arrived and there were no tears. It was just normal. I had left all the tears in the forest, I think. And so it was just like, hi, I brought some bread. And then we sat down, had some tea, and then we had dinner. My dad wanted to cook, but I was like, nah, we gotta have that bread. It was important for me somehow. I had been holding on to the bread for a long time, so had the bread. And then one day passed, and then on Thursday, I went to Hanover to get my hair and my beard cut. That was something else. I had thought that in the last video, the longest way, the one where I'm walking through China, the time lapse, that I really didn't give enough room to the transformation at the end, where I go from having kind of longish hair and a beard to looking kind of clean cut. And so that has been something that I've regretted because just artistically, I think it's interesting what happens during the transition. Because as much as you might not be used to my face right now, I'm not used to my face right now. It's getting better, but that moment when they cut my hair, it was when they showed me, you know, like they cut it and I couldn't see myself. We had put a cloth on the mirror, so it would be a surprise. And when I saw myself, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a dude looking at me, and the dude looked kind of like, could be some assistant professor, not an actual professor, like an assistant professor, like a teacher in university. It could be that kind of dude, you know, like a normal looking, like this, normal looking dude, kind of friendly, kind of confused, looking at me, and I'm like, who are you again? And the person looking at me in a mirror could be a person that I run into with my long hair and my long beard and the caboose. And that person would look at me and go like, oh, wow, from China, huh? Crazy, you know? And that was me now. So I was looking at myself, and it was crazy. It was crazy. And we filmed all of it. That's what I was talking about the last video, the weird beard time lapse, because I figured this time I might as well go all out and film the process, you know, film the hair cutting, the beard cutting, and film what happens in my face when I see myself, because it's been a trip. And now I'm here. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel very good. I don't feel very bad. I feel neutral and confused. You know, I'm here. I look much better. In my opinion, like, the hair, it was surprisingly nice with the curls and stuff, you know, but it was a lot of work. And the beard, I just hated it. I hated having that beard. It's like, I mean, if you're going to have a beard and you have, like, let's say a Georgian beard or an Iranian beard, a proper, you know, Sparta beard, that's cool. But if you're going to be like me and have, like, I don't know, like a few hairs that kind of go in all directions, no, nah, man. I hated it. And I think I look much better, but I don't know if that's me now, you know, because initially when I started walking, I had shaved my hair and my beard, and that was me. Pretty close to what I thought was me. And then it grew and it grew and it grew to a point where I was like, I'm wearing a mask now. I'm wearing the hair and the beard. That's because I am on an adventure. But that's not really me. I'm still under there. And that went on for a while, for some years actually. And then after, I don't know how much time passed. I remember one time I looked at a train window as it was passing, and I could see myself in a reflection. I was like, that is me. The hair and the beard, that's me. So I had accepted the mask, and now the mask is gone. Or the real me is gone. I don't know. I'm talking a lot about hair and beard because I think they're like a symbol, you know? It's not like I really think they're that important. I think it's more important that I'm here now. The caboose is empty. She's outside. I don't know what's going to happen with her. I took off the stick, you know, the wooden stick that I found in Iran that was so dear to my heart that I showed the dogs in Iran, in Azerbaijan, in Georgia, in Turkey. I would show it to them to make them scared of me because I'm coming with a stick. Because dogs understand. They understand you have something in your hand, and they understand the body language of, like, you know, I'm bad. I never hit a dog with a stick, but it was enough to show them. Anyway, that stick is in my room now. Got a little room here, and the stick is there. My hat is there. I'm still wearing the same stuff, basically. Well, I should have. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not used to trying to look nice. I'm still wearing partly the clothes that I've been wearing. My pants have a huge hole in the middle. If you've been to my presentations in Germany, you know I always like to talk about the hole in the pants that happens because your legs kind of go like this, like in a scissoring motion, and then the part right between your legs, that kind of it gets destroyed first. That's where your pants break when you walk a lot, but nobody can see it unless you sit down. And so I still wear them. I walk around here to the grocery stores with a huge hole in my pants, and people don't look at me anymore. That's that's a welcome change. I liked the hair and the beard because it made me into some kind of jester, into a strange person that has more freedom than a person that is not strange. At least that's how I perceived it. Like I could show up in a place and people were like, of course he's pulling a weird fridge on wheels because look at him, you know? Or I don't know, say something outrageous and people would be like, yeah, that's normal. Look at him. Look at his hair and his beard. He's obviously weird. So that was a jester. But then the jester also gets stared at a lot. Like you show up in a place. I would have little kids just point at me and be like, why do you look like that? You know, they're very honest in that way. They'll be like, last time was a little dude, I forget his name. He told me his name at a cash register in a supermarket. His mom was pushing him in a shopping cart. He was sitting in a shopping cart and he looked at me and I was like, why do you look like that? I was like, well, I don't know. I wasn't going to take out the whole story of The Longest Way. I was just like, well, you know, I kind of like it. And then he told me his name and I told him my name. But it gets you a lot of attention. And now I don't get that attention anymore. I show up, I buy my vegetables, I buy a carton of, I don't know, almond milk, and I go home. And I'm just a dude. And that feels kind of nice, I guess. I'm going to try to relax over New Year's. I'm going to try to take a little vacation of just not doing anything because now I'm still frantically doing things. I'm trying to update the blog until it's up to speed, up to the return. I still haven't published the return. I'm trying to get an overview of my pictures and my videos that I took on the way because it's a lot. It's just hard drives, just little mounds of hard drives everywhere, scattered. Not only here, also in other places. And I want to get an overview of how many terabytes is that? Is there anything usable? I don't know. And I'm making a new weird beard time-lapse. So there's going to be a new video. The last one surprised me when so many people shared it, watched it, commented on it, liked it. I think that's the thing. They liked it. Like they genuinely found something that spoke to them in that video. In The Longest Way, the weird beard walking through China thing. And I hope, obviously, that the new one is also going to make an impact. I don't know if I still understand. I don't know if I've ever understood the internet, to be honest. Like I uploaded that thing to YouTube in 2009. It was a different time. And I wasn't planning on it to go viral. Maybe I had a glimmer of hope, but it just happened. And now I think, again, I'm going to upload something to YouTube and then maybe have a glimmer of hope and see what happens. There's one thing I forgot to say. It's about the soul. I know it sounds very esoterical, but it's the way I feel. So, you know how The Longest Way, being a walk-in journey, is also, or was, it hurts to say it, but it was a method of slow traveling, right? Everything was very slow. And yet still, somehow, I accomplished the feat of being faster than my soul. I've outpaced my soul. I am physically here with my new look, and I do my exercises in the morning, and I make food, and I eat food, and I sort my pictures. And yesterday I watched Con Air. You know, that's what I do. But my soul, or at least a part of my soul, is still on the way. Still there in the forest. It's not agonizing. It's not bad. It's just something I observe. I'm not completely here. And when I do this, I'm actually pointing in the direction of China. Like not in the straight line direction. No, there will be more there. I'm pointing in the direction that I know that if I went to retrace my steps, eventually, I would end up in China. Because I know where it is now. It's weird. It is so utterly weird. Anyway, I'm here. My soul is there. And I think the only thing I can do is observe, live, and patiently wait. And not scare the soul, you know? I just kind of go like, I'm here. You know, if you want to come back, you come back. I'm here. And then hopefully at some point the soul will come. We will be together here. Yeah. We'll see how long that takes. Peace.